Hi guys, welcome to another video. My name is Carlijne. I'm so excited that you're watching this. So for this video, I had the idea to do my go-to book recommendations video. So I will be telling you about all the books that I recommend to all kinds of people. And yeah, let's just get right into it. If you know, you know. If you know me, you know I have a filthy, disgusting obsession with the Magnolia Park series. And the Magnolia Park series is one of my most favorite series of all time. So if you ask me for a book recommendation, I will 100% be recommending you this. I don't care whether you're a 15-year-old girl or a 40-year-old grown man. This is my recommendation to you. So, the first book in the series is Magnolia Parks. This book follows Magnolia Parks and BJ and kind of their story, and there's just a lot of fucking drama. They can't be normal for a fucking second. They always have to have an argument and someone has to be cheating 24/7. And listen, if you're not into that, I get it. I'm not personally into a cheating trope at all either, but this book is just so fucking good. It's so good. This book is so good. I love this book so much. And the cover is so fucking pretty. Are you kidding me? I love these covers. You have two types of covers. You have the mass paperback covers, and these are the indie covers. These fucking slay. Look at them. And what I also love about these covers is that the illustrations on it also have are part of the story. So there's a tree with BJ and Magnolia carved into it. Again, if you know and you read this series already, you know. And that's just on the cover for me to see, and I don't know what the fuck it means, but now that I've read the book and I know what it means, I'm just what the fuck? I love this fucking series so much. Then we get to Daisy Hates. Again, another beautiful cover. And in this book, we follow Daisy Hates and Julian Hates. And if you know Julian Hates, you know that he is my baby's father. He is the father of my children. So I love this book. Despite the fact that these books follow two different people, they take place in the same world and there's crossovers. And I fucking love that because I'm reading this and I'm oh, I know who Magnolia is and she's in this book, which I read that. I love that. I'm a fucking child and I love that. Then we get to Magnolia Park's The Long Way Home. This is one of my favorite books from the entire series. And in this book, again, we follow mainly Magnolia and BJ, but also a little bit of Julian and Daisy Hates. I love this series so much. It's so dear to my heart. Then Daisy Hates The Great Undoing. Can we just get a round of applause for this cover? This has to be the prettiest cover of the entire fucking series. And the daisies on the back. Fucking amazing. This book wrecked me, especially the ending, and we still don't have an answer to what happened, because the next book in the series is Magnolia Park. Because in this book we follow, again, mainly BJ and Magnolia, but this book was so good. This might actually be my favorite book from the series, but that could also be because I read it very recently, because it came out in February. But this book wrecked me so much. I have never cried this much whilst reading one book, and I beat the fucking shit out of it, and I annotated it as well, and every page just has something underlined. It's insane. I love this book so much. Me recommending this series to you is not that much of a recommendation. It's more of a threat. If you do not read this series, I will be standing outside of your house. Moving on. Next, I will be recommending you A Court of Thorns and Roses. I read this series quite a while ago, so I really want to do a reread to see if I still love it as much as I did the first time, but I'm 99% sure I do, because I recently read Throne of Glass. I fucking love that series. Oh my god, I'm gonna recommend that to you guys too, because what the fuck is Sarah J. Maas doing? What is she putting into these books? And I know you are sick and tired of it, and I'm not gonna spend too much time talking about these books because you know what the fuck's up. But this series is really good, and this series is what Romancy is all about. If you don't know what this is about, what the fuck? First of all, what rock are you living under? This series basically follows Feyre, and she's she's small girl, and then big guy comes to save her, and then plot twist, and then ooh, powerful, and then what? And then picture frames are falling off of walls, and that's all I'm gonna say about this series. What the fuck? Okay, so promised, I will also be recommending you the Throne of Glass series. This series is incredibly fucking amazing, but I will say, just fucking look at it. No story should ever be that deep. but I promise you it's worth it. You just kind of have to push through. And I also recommend that if you do read this series, you should definitely read a couple of books in between so that you don't get burned out with like the stories and the characters. It can be quite boring to read a series that literally combined has more pages than the entire fucking Bible about just like the same fucking characters. Of course, there's like new characters coming in and characters leaving, but like the main characters are the same in all 8 fucking books. So to avoid a burnout and to avoid getting sick and tired of it, definitely do just take your time and read some books in between, and don't rush yourself into reading the entire series all at once. But the Throne of Glass series follows Selena Sardathian. She's an assassin, she's slay, she's literally my aspiration in life, and if I ever like end up in a fantasy world, I will be acting like Selena Sardathian. I will be putting on my best acting face and my improv skills, and I will be mimicking everything Selena Sardathian does in these 8 books. These are so heavy, I could do like squats with these, honestly. Next, I'm gonna be recommending you the Teen Wolf novel. I'm just fucking kidding. I just saw this randomly laying around and I was like, why the fuck do I own this? But then I remembered that when I was 13, I had a Dylan O'Brien fan account. So that's probably why. Moving on. Next, I'm gonna be asking you if you're in like a little mischievous mood, and if you want to read something that's like, that's gonna keep you at the edge of your seat. And if you say yes, I will be recommending you The Heiress by Rachel Hawkins. This is one of the best thrillers I have ever read. And I have not read a lot of thrillers, so don't attack me if it's the worst thing you've ever read if you're really into thrillers. After I finished this book, I immediately went onto Amazon and I bought more of this writer her books because I really enjoyed this, and the writing style is so good and it was so fast paced. In this book, we follow a very rich woman called Ruby McTavish, and after she has died, she left her adopted son these letters about her husbands and what happened to them. And there's kind of like this sibling, like, I don't know, feud going on about the woman, her will. When I'm reading a book, I very quickly feel like I want to skim over the pages because I'm just bored. And I did not have that once whilst reading this book. So that definitely counts for something. Next, I will be asking you whether you are ready to experience pure bliss. And if your answer is yes, I'll be recommending you Malibu Rising by Taylor Jenkins Reid. Taylor Jenkins Reid, when is my paycheck coming in? I am promoting you for free every single day of my life. To start off into the Taylor Jenkins Reid universe, I would start with Malibu Rising, especially because this kind of lays the base of like the interconnected world that most of Taylor Jenkins Reid, her like famous books, are in. This book is fucking slay and it's so great, and the cover is pretty. Taylor Jenkins Reid, her books are basically just like rich people dramas, and I love that. Like, that's what I search for in a book. This book follows the wealthy Riva family, and every year they throw this annual party in Malibu. And you just kind of follow along and you catch up on all the drama and all the tea of all the people that are there. So fun and so fresh and so cute and so beachy and just overall amazing. And I would definitely recommend this book to you. Next, I would recommend The Deal by Elle Kennedy. I literally finished this book last night and I fucking loved it. Again, with this book, I did not feel like I had to skim over a page at all because I was just seated the entire time, and it was fast paced and it was fun and cute. And I never thought that I'd say I'd want a man named Garrett, but here we are. In this book, we follow Garrett and Hannah, and Garrett wants a tutor because he failed his test, and because he's a hockey player, he needs to pass the class or else he can't play hockey anymore. So he asks Hannah, because she passed the test, if she could tutor him, and she says like, no. And he's like, oh, please, 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 please. And he keeps on like bugging her about it. So then she ends up doing it, and then they kind of fall into friendship and then to relationship, and then she's like, oh, they're so cute together. And I want a man like that. Where is he? It's not fucking here. It's like, I'm waiting. Hi. Do you know the quote, oh, how I love being a woman? And do you want a book that feels like that quote from that show? Read Everything I Know About Love by Dolly Alderton. Not trying to be a bitch, but I am peeling off the sticker now. Sorry. I am never getting a boyfriend. No one's gonna love me like this. I will never find happiness. Oh, it's leaving residue. No! No! Guys, are you seeing that? It peeled it off. Whoever fucking put that sticker on there, I'm gonna kill you with a rifle. This book follows Dolly Alderton through like different stages of her life, and she kind of talks about what being a woman means to her. And it's such a beautiful book, and I think that reading this definitely gave me some insight into myself as well. I don't know, it was such an insightful book, and I'm so glad I read it. So I would recommend it to you. Except if you're a man, because fuck you. What are you doing here? Do you know the 1997 Silver Springs performance by Fleetwood Mac? Are you infatuated by it? Do you think about that performance at least once a day? You do? This book is for you. In this book, we follow Daisy Jones and the Six, a very famous band in the 70s. And you start off the book by reading about that the band has broken up. You read that, so you read about like, oh, the band is broken up. And then you start from the beginning about how the band started, how they rise into fame, arguments, tea, drama, cheating, lies, crying, and then how they like break up. And it's just, again, so well fucking written. Taylor Jenkins Reid, never stop doing what you're doing. If you're in a fun, cute little romance mood, I would recommend Part of Your World. I felt like it was very cute and very fast-paced, and there's a baby goat. I will say I bought this book and I read the back and I was just like, why did I buy this? Ew, why is she older than him? Because I hate that. I want a filthy old rich man. Like, he's gonna be a trophy husband. But I personally want to be a trophy wife. So I was like, that's not my style. Why did I buy this? But I read it and I'm glad I did because it was super cute and super fun. And I'm so excited to read the next book, which is yours truly. They're like kind of like standalones, but they're also like connected. Again, I love it when a book is like kind of connected with another one because I can be like, oh, I know that character from that book. Oh, and I feel like I'm better than everyone. I'm gonna edit this video and be like, what the fuck was I yapping about? Because I'm not saying anything of substance on here. Are you ready for your jaw to drop on the floor? Are you ready to be on the edge of your seat? Are you ready to be biting your nails? Are you ready to rip out your hair? You are? You're gonna read this fucking series. This series is so good, and Holly Jackson is a fucking criminal mastermind, and I would check that woman's basement if I was the FBI. Like, how do you write a series like this without having some kind of experience? In this book, we follow Pip, and for a school project, she decides to investigate a closed case about Andy Bell, who's this girl from a school that went missing a couple of years ago. And you kind of follow her along on that story, and then we have like 2 other books with shit I'm not going to talk about because I'm going to spoil the fuck out of it for you guys. I'm so excited for the show with Emma Myers. I think it's going to be great. It's looking pretty good so far, and if you want to be better than the rest of the people watching the show, you read this book series now so you can say, well, I actually read the books first, and you can be the most annoying but also like best person in the room at the same time. So if you want to do that, go read it. If you're feeling like you want a cute little rom-com book, I'm gonna recommend you The Bodyguard by Catherine Center. Her writing style is so addicting and fast-paced, and it felt very similar to Emily Henry for me. In this book we follow, I forget their names because I'm fucking stupid, but we follow like the female protagonist who is a bodyguard, and then she has to protect this like very famous male protagonist, and you just kind of follow their story along and how he may appear very like bad boy to the outside, but it's actually very cute and sweet, and it's just so cutesy dootsy. It's such a cute little story, and if you're in the mood for that, this is definitely going to be the best book for it. Also, I placed a review on this book on Goodreads, and the author liked it. So like, if you now want my autograph, I understand. Have you ever played tennis? No? Fuck you, you're still gonna read this book. Carrie Soto's Back is a book by, again, the one and only Taylor Jenkins Reid. Are you guys seeing a pattern here? No, Carrie Soto's Back is a story about Carrie. She is a pro tenniser, like pro, the best of the best. She holds a world record, and then she goes into retirement, and then a couple of years later a new tenniser is threatening to like break her record, so she comes out of retirement to train with her father to win her record back, or to maintain her record. I personally played tennis when I was younger, so that made the story a bit like easier to understand because I like know kind of what they were talking about. But even if you like don't know anything about tennis, this is so easy to follow, and it's such a beautiful story. I would recommend this to anyone. So I think these are all of the recommendations I would give you if you were to ask me for one. Let me know in the comments if you guys are going to read any of the recommendations I just gave you, and thank you so much for watching this video, for spending time with me. If you like it, please subscribe. It would really mean a lot to me. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, guys. Bye.